Hello,
Hey, y'all.
we're back.
With another episode of Two Stars. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for being here. Coming back off of a disappointing weekend,
Do you want to talk about it?
unfortunately. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it was disappointing. It was like, a close fight. There's definitely things that I wish I had done better in the fight, and still looking at it, I'm like, okay, when it comes to damage, which is supposed to be the highest factor, I won in those senses, but I know that doesn't work for me. Like that's never gonna be enough for me to win a fight for decision wise. So it just sucks because I felt like there were moments where I could have like grinded a little harder, maybe worked a few more positions, but I kind of didn't want to overthink. I didn't want to overanalyze tape, and I didn't want to get in my own head about that. But looking back on it, I'm like, man, wish I'd just done a few more pummel drills. Wish I had just done a few more reversals against the cage and really figured out my most efficient way to get off, because that first round just took all the life out of my arms. So it was just frustrating to know that she didn't beat me skill wise. She didn't beat me in a sense where she did more damage. She didn't hurt me more. It was literally just getting restrained, both of us fighting on fumes. She was able to drain my energy and take away the sting in my punches. And I think that was the most frustrating part of the whole fight. So on to the next, and hopefully I get a little more I don't know, just a better way of just convincing the judges that I'm winning these fights. I think I kind of got away from that a bit in this fight too. After getting so tired, I was more just focused on hitting and not mixing it up. And that's the thing that's consistently won me fights. Getting the takedown, mixing it up, going for submissions on top of striking. And in this fight, I feel like I just fell back on the striking because I got tired, and that's what happens when you hit some animosity. A lot of times you revert to your factory setting. And so that's kind of how I felt the fight went. Even though I was hunting for submissions on the takedowns, I felt like, that they don't really score that. They only score, a takedown, pressure, this and that when the fight is close.
Animosity, was there bad blood going into it?
No, not animosity. I meant, what's the other
Adversity?
word? Adversity.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. I was just,
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
I thought y'all liked each other.
I know. I was
She's
like,
alright. I liked her more before I fought her.
One does, I guess. It happens. How do you feel? We were talking before we started recording. We were talking about, after a win, being friends with your opponent is. I know you've said before, you don't necessarily want to be friends with them before, but afterwards, it's a different story.
Yeah.
And there were some things that happened, over the weekend in competition where we saw people being, really nice to their opponents or kind of entering their space, right after a loss. How do you feel about that sort of thing?
I mean, I give people their space, but if I see them in the hallway afterwards, I'll be like, hey, good fight. And I think that's, I don't know, I think that's maturity on my part. I think before I'd just be like, fuck everyone who's not my team. But nowadays, I feel more connected with the people that I fight, with the people in my weight class, which is fighters in general. I feel like we're all going through the same shit sandwich that's been given to us. And why make it shittier? Why add an extra layer of shit on top of that? So I think in the recent years, I've been a lot more welcoming to like people that I've fought, like just more friendly, more like, hey, you know, good job. Like if you ever want to train, come through, that kind of thing. But it is hard for me to muster up that friendliness after a loss.
It's different. It's
Like-
different if you're the winner and you can,
Like, I don't know if you've been paying attention on our Instagram, but Mackenzie Dern is one of my biggest fans. She likes every one of my posts. First one to like a selfie.
Do you guys follow each other?
I think so. I'm pretty sure I follow her.
Did she wear you down? Have you followed back?
I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like, I'll mute people when I'm about to fight them. So I might have been following her, and then I muted her, and then because I lost, I never unmuted her because fuck. But but yeah, we're Instagram friends or whatever. But she's always posting and liking, or not posting, commenting and liking on the on pictures, and I'm like, if I beat your ass, you wouldn't be doing all this.
Maybe, you never know.
But no,
you never know.
it's-
She's
you
been
never
competing
know.
for a really long time, and
Exactly.
somebody that has that much competition. I feel like maybe she got to that kind of mindset that you're at,
Yeah.
maybe at a different stage.
Yeah, so it's a lot easier for me to be more chill and friendly after I beat them, because it's like
Sure.
I don't have that like next time, if we fight again, like that kind of like, because if you fight someone that you beat again, then it's 1-1 if you lose, So I don't know. There's something about that definitely needs to be studied.
I mean, I think you kind of hit it on the head. I think you said it's, growth and maturity. As you get into, competitive years and you have a lot of, wins, losses under the belt, I think it gets a little bit easier to just see what's more important, where to spend your energy.
How many of your opponents are you friends with?
Dakota's my best friend. I don't know if you know that or not. And I lost.
Yeah, y'all are besties.
I
But
love me some Dakota.
there is the dog thing that kind of makes it, you're cheating. She has like 7 dogs.
She has a cheat code.
If you have 7 dogs, you can be Jess's friend, whether she likes you or not.
I mean, you can also reach the status quo with horses, cats, plants.
Okay.
Crystals. We can
7
find something to bond over.
7 dogs equals 8 friends,
Exactly.
basically.
And they all
Yeah.
speak very highly of her. So
Yeah,
could you
yeah,
not?
they love her. They're like very well taken care of.
yes.
Yes, she's a good dog mom. Yeah, and it was funny because before we fought, or maybe it was after. I think it was before we fought. She hit me up about the dog collar thing when Butcher got lost. So Butcher like ran off, for those who don't know Butcher lore.
Oh God.
Butcher, when he was a puppy, I was like trying to socialize him by taking him to public places. But the step that I forgot was making sure he's tied down really tight and he has a collar he can't slip out of. But he was able to like slip away. And when I was sparring in the gym, and the gym training partners who were being nice enough not to interrupt my sparring, they chased him to try to get him. And because he is one of those like socially anxious dogs, he ran so fast away from them. So Butcher was lost for like a day, and eventually we were able to find him. We called Babs Fry, who is a pet detective. If anyone loses their pet, call Babs Fry. She's basically Ace Ventura, but in San Diego. So we called her, and she helped us make posters, or she told us how to make the posters, and then we found him. But when he was lost, Dakota sent me I forget what it was. It was like a Fido, like GPS tracker or something. She's like, hey, make sure you get this and put it on your dog if he's a runner and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's so sweet. What a nice person. She's just looking out for the dogs. She's a dog for real. That's my dog now. But yeah, she's a good egg.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was during my training camp to fight her, to be honest. Because I was at Steel when that happened.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I was one of those friends running on the side of the freeway.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to find that.
In your shin guards.
No, I still have my hand wraps on and my knee pads. My hand wraps and my knee pads. I put my running shoes on and just took a few laps.
There are a lot of people like in flip flops and shin guards, just like butter. Oh my god, it's a nightmare.
Yeah,
it's a nightmare. I still have the poster just to remind me don't do dumb shit with this guy, but he's a lot better now. Now he has good like what do you call it? Recall. Yeah, he comes back when he's called by even people he hates. He'll still stop and just be like, woof.
He's fun.
Yeah, he's such a complicated character. But yeah, I think that'll be a good testimony in the future because I was never not friends with Ricci. We actually trained together a couple times, and she was a good sparring partner. So we'll see if that. Oh my god! Oh. Your computer's calling.
I just got spammed.
Your computer's calling.
I hope that didn't stop the thing. Do you think it did?
I don't think so, but we'll check just to be sure. All right, but anyway, yeah, it'll be fun going forward. I feel like it's also when you're at the end of your career too, or like you've just been training a lot, fighting a lot, like you said about Dern. Yeah, everyone's just a person. Just in this world fighting for the same nut, but there's other nuts.
Yeah, I feel like there is enough to go around. You know, there's not that scarcity mindset, although, you know, fighting is hard. And I just feel like I want to put my energy where it's important and where it counts.
Yeah.
And not expend anything that is unnecessary. And I feel like trying to get like motivated by hating a partner or hating an opponent, I feel like there are better ways to spend energy.
For sure. You see, even people like Joanna are like really just chill with her opponents. I think her and Whaley were like doing a cooking show together or something.
Were they?
Yeah, it was really weird.
Turned a corner.
It was really weird. I was like, I don't like this. I don't understand what's going on.
I don't feel safe.
Hey, this is odd. But I think everyone gets to that point where they're just like, all right, you know, I needed that in the beginning. Now I just have my confidence in my own abilities, and I don't need to try to psych out or, you know, sun my opponent. I could just be chill with them and just compete.
I feel like what you just said is kind of important because I feel like we need a why. And if that why is unclear in the beginning, it turns into, you know, an anger or, you know, harsh feelings towards an opponent when you don't have that solid reason as to why you're competing.
Yeah.
And then as we compete, as we grow and mature as athletes and as human beings, I feel like it's a little bit easier to focus that energy where it matters.
Cool. Yeah. For sure. Well, I reached out online to see if there's any questions anyone had for our show because we haven't had a show in a week and there's no fights this weekend.
Yeah.
So I was trying to see what the energy was out there. And yeah, I got a few questions, but I'm going to vet these before we start talking.
Just throw them out.
I don't know.
Throw them out and see what happens.
I don't know. There's sometimes it's not the best idea. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I forgot to mention it before we started recording, just to keep you aware. I'm going to throw out some fan questions.
Thank you for keeping me in the loop.
Yes. But we do have some cool fights next weekend. We have Sean Brady fighting Gilbert Burns.
Yes.
And we have Jessica Andrade, who is being kind of lazy this year. She's only had one fight. And last year she fought like 5 times.
And this one's going to be at 125, so she's being even lazier by not cutting that additional weight.
Yeah, what a lazy hoe.
Oh, my God. Jessica, I thought I knew you.
Get it together. God. What are you, going up to featherweight next? Fighting once every 2 years? Challenging for the title? So I'm really excited about that fight, actually, because the chick that she's fighting is kind of under the radar. So this is one of those fights where we get to see how good she is.
I think this is going to be a really tough matchup for Andrade. I think for game plan wise, I think Andrade, of course, like she's always going to be whatever weight class she's in, she has to close the distance, right? And she's fighting an opponent who is really fast, really explosive, and really great at keeping distance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's impossible, but I feel like the game plan for her would be to get in there as unscathed as possible. I know she doesn't use her jab, but maybe we could, use some feints.
I mean,
and get into the body and, start grinding her down and take her down.
Yeah.
That's where she's going to win.
Yeah, and that's always been Andrade's bread and butter is that body shot to the climb to the attack. And when she's fighting taller people, which is usually the case at flyweight, that gets her in really good against a lot of people. I think strawweight is when she takes the most damage. But she's had some success in her last couple. So I'm looking forward to this. I feel like Andrade can definitely overwhelm her. And that's like the best thing she does is just overwhelm, attack. Silva is good on the ground too. So I'm wondering if Andrade does use that method because it doesn't seem like she likes to grapple, but she can. Andrade does, and I think Silva's...
She's felt that power, It's one of those things. Once you feel the power, you have knockout power, you can get the TKO, you can finish fights there. I feel like it becomes the hunt.
It's like, why slow things down? But the knockout comes better when you mix things up.
True.
And when Andrade is doing her big slam, when she's doing her, her climbs, and then, making you think that she's going for that big single leg dump again or a single leg lift, then she hits you over the top with the hook. A lot of times that's where she gets her big knockouts. So I'm excited about this one. I feel like it could look a lot like the Rodriguez fight where there's a lot of back and forth, pretty close, and it just depends on how aggressive Andrade is able to be without getting hurt too much on the outside and, how Silva deals with that pressure.
I think Silva is really going to have to be slowed down for this one by Andrade. She is so good with her lead side. She has that Taekwondo background. She's super fast on her feet. The only thing is she can't stop moving. She can't give Andrade an opportunity to get a hold of her.
Yeah, and this is the first elite person that she's fought.
It's a big step up in competition, but I'm excited to see it. I think that Silva is really fun to watch. I think that she brings really crazy energy, and I'm
and she's a baby.
She is.
She's a baby. She's only 27. So win or lose, this is a great fight for her. But
she's on a big streak too. What is it like?
I think 3 or 4. Oh wait,
she's on like a 10-fight win streak.
Well, she just got in the UFC
crazy.
like 5 fights ago.
Yeah.
But she's won all 5 of them. So and she got a spinning back kick TKO. I missed that one against some girl in the UFC. But this girl, she's definitely one to watch, and I'm excited. If she's a dog, I'd put a little money on her. But if Andrade's a dog, I put a little money on her too. True. Because Andrade is an upsetter. Like, don't be swayed by her little 3-fight lose streak last year. That was weird circumstances. She was either like taking a short notice fight or not fully healed from the last fight, and then finally she got the win back and got that knockout on Dern. So I think that people tend to forget how good a fighter is who's fighting at that elite level when they lose a few, because they're losing to like top 6, top 7 fighters. But this is a big test for Silva. So I would put money on whoever's the dog in this one, because there's a good chance there's going to be an upset.
And it'll be a fun one to watch.
Yeah. Who you got for Burns versus Brady?
So they have really similar styles. They have a loss in common in Muhammad Lual. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Did I say that right? I don't know why that sounded funny coming out of my mouth.
Wait, Belal?
Belal, thank you.
You said Muhammad Lual.
I don't
Wait,
know.
I'm like...
I was like, did I say that?
I'm like,
our champ.
King Mo?
Our champ. No, the champ.
Wait, who's Muhammad Lual? That's a person. Is that King Mo?
So they have kind of similar approaches to the fight. They'll, start striking. They like to mix it up. They like to, pressure the grappling. I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those fights where their grappling is kind of neutralized and it just becomes a stand-up match.
It is King Mo. I'm stuck on Muhammad Lawal. I think that's King Mo's government. It's like, why are you saying that right now?
I don't know.
they totally look alike. Like, easy mix up right there.
You get it. You get it, right? You get how that happened.
Hey, Muhammad's gonna Muhammad. We did the whole thing with Muhammad. I forgot about Muhammad Lawal because it's King Mo. Forgot about that. He changed his name to King Mo because it's too many Muhammads. There you go. He's the king of Muhammads. Not the king of Muhammads, but the champ of Muhammads, Belal.
It's so funny that we play around with the remember the name thing so much that I actually didn't remember.
You forgot his name. You did that on purpose.
It was not. I wish it was. I wish I was that clever. We'll just blame it that it's early.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, me.
Womp womp. Okay, yeah. What were you saying? I was not paying attention. I was like, this bitch called him King Mo.
I didn't mean to.
That's great.
Please, I swear I know what I'm talking about.
That's
sometimes.
great. No, you do. The idea is that just names. Names are not important. We know who you're talking about.
I can remember all the dogs' names.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Priorities.
So Burns and Brady. They have an opponent in common, which is Belal.
Champ Mo.
Champ
Mo. That's what we'll call him. Not King Mo, Champ Mo.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, my God. So I'm wondering if this matchup will be, because they are kind of a mirror of each other, I wonder if it'll be turning into a striking match. I think Brady uses his jab really well. He uses boxing well, mixes and kicks sometimes. What I see is potentially Burns getting a little bit wild and him being able to kind of like sniper those straight punches down the middle.
Yeah.
And even though they could potentially neutralize each other with the grappling, I still see Burns pressuring with those big bursts, big punches, looking for the big takedowns. He's so confident and competent in his grappling. I feel like he does have an edge in that if he can get him down.
Yeah, and the one thing that's nice about Sean Brady is that he'll give you the takedown to set up a submission. And Burns is so good at dealing with high-level guys that if he's able to secure that takedown, he can score, he can win those exchanges, and maybe even get a pass, maybe even get to a submission attempt, something like that, catch him off guard. But Brady's super elite on the ground, so he's going to know what to expect. There'll probably be a stalemate down there. But I can see him giving up the takedown and giving up points. Like, this is another situation where, like, even if you're threatening submissions, if they're not that close, then you're not going to get the points for that. You're going to get the points for being on top, for pressuring, for controlling the pace. Now, on the feet, I think Gilbert Burns has a lot more power. I think he has a lot more confidence in his striking. Brady still kind of looks like a Bambi. You know, there were a couple of fights where he started feeling himself in the striking department, but it's only been a couple fights. Gilbert Burns has been doing this forever. He's been a monster on the feet forever. And I think he might be wary of shooting those big blast doubles, shooting those big takedowns just because of what happened to his shoulder in the Belal fight. So I think he might be trying to protect it a little bit. He might be a little more cautious to go for a big, crazy takedown. Maybe he'll try to set up something a little lower energy, something that's a little less dangerous where he's not throwing his body at him. But, I like Gilbert Burns in this fight. I feel like Brady is still kind of
he's still developing.
Green. Yeah, he's still kind of a little green. He's amazing on the ground. He's finding his feet with the striking department, finding that confidence. But again, it's veteran versus new up and comer, and I feel like he's not quite there yet. Brady isn't. So this is going to be a fun one too. Great main event. I think Burns is fighting for that spot to still be that guy that they call on last minute. We never know what's going to happen with title fights. Khalil Roundtree just got the call at number 8. So, yeah, he's fighting for that spot to be that guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it'll be a fun one. I think it'll be a big step up in competition, as you were saying. I think I'm excited to see what happens and see who moves the needle on that one.
Yeah, and going back to the Belal and the the Belal, the champ Mo fights between both of them, Burns looked a lot better than Brady did in those fights.
He did. He was, even though he was injured, he was dealing with a shoulder injury in that fight, as we, heard afterwards. He just has that veteran grit, that aggression.
He has that poker face. He was able to hide it, and he still attacked. He still looked like he could have won that fight in that moment. And with the Brady fight, I felt like there was a lot more dominance on
Brady
Belal's
got pushed
side.
back a lot.
Yeah, Belal just dominated a lot in that fight, and kind of showed. I mean, the loss aged well. Obviously, like the loss aged well, but it showed that Brady still has some things to work on.
Sure.
To get to that elite level. But yeah, I'm excited for both of those because who knows what we're going to see. We could see two new stars rise on that card that nobody is talking about because everyone is talking about UFC Noche.
I know all the previews this week or last week and the previous week have been the build-up for Noche.
Did you see our boy Merab was training at Intram and TJ?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
He was over there dancing with Yasmin after training.
I didn't see that. How did I miss that?
Like dancing to that song, and they're like doing the little like whatever you call that dance where you just moving the hips back and forth.
Bachata?
Yeah, something like that. I think that's it. One of those. That sounds Mexican. And then our boy our boy Molo was over there like clapping and everything.
He's the best.
And then Merab is like doing a little video with Yasmin's son too. He's just ingratiated into the culture. Like basically Merab is the spokesperson.
He's carrying
for
the Mexican flag.
Independence. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing it.
Somebody has to.
I mean, yeah. Like O'Malley, that's further away from Mexico than
too far.
Merab, you just got to go the other way around the world. And then you'll hit Mexico a lot faster than from Ireland to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
It's a faster trip.
Way faster trip.
Like 30 minutes faster.
Probably. Did you see all the heat that Merab was getting for posting the cut video?
Oh, I mean, I think it was only heat from one person.
Yes.
Dana, chill out. I know he likes like getting all red and looking like an angry pimple, but he needs to chill out. It wasn't
freedom
that
of
big
speech.
of a deal.
I thought we were allowed to post and do whatever we wanted
Right.
without criticism or.
Well, it's not without criticism. It's just you have the freedom to post it. The criticism is gonna come. I hate when people mix that up. Like not hating on you, but that always happens where people are like, "Hey, freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want." It's like, yeah,
So
you're not gonna go to jail. You're not gonna like get locked up for saying it. That's it. Everything else is on the table.
Everybody gets to say whatever they want.
Yeah, and then everyone can react to what you say, and you can't be surprised because you said it. You knew what you were doing. But I think Merab's thing was he was just being so open with everything. Like, oh, hey, I got a cut. Here we go. I'm getting stitched up. This is how like tough I am. And it's such a weird approach. Like if I got cut, I would never post anything about that because what are you going to do if you're the opponent and you hear that your opponent got cut?
Maybe try and target it. But again, it's a fight. It's a fight and cuts can happen if they were there or not. You can get reopened up. You can get opened up for the first time.
If you're down on the score on like a round, like they took you down 3 times, you probably need to do something big in order to like win that round. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna jab the shit out of that eyeball.
You're gonna try, but I'm probably, if it's me, I'm probably gonna try and protect the crap out of that side. You know what I'm saying? But it's a fight. Anything can happen.
Yeah. I don't think he's reliant on like the scorecards when it comes to that though. When it comes to damage, because Merab is all about pressure. He's all about getting the takedown, like just dominating, suffocating, like that type of approach to a fight. So
I'm not gonna let you hit me.
yeah, a little cut ain't gonna do nothing. We saw how he like ran through Henry Cejudo's punches and stuff. We're like, ooh, that looked bad. Oh well, he's carrying him like a baby
and throwing him on the mat.
Yeah, that kind of erases the fact that he got dropped 2 seconds ago. But yeah, I'm really excited for that fight. I think it's gonna be a huge. This is the test that everyone's been saying O'Malley had to take before he got the belt. So now that he has the belt, like who better than to take him on than Merab, who doesn't seem to give any fucks.
It's a really nice. It's nice to watch. It's
like, can you bottle that confidence?
Can I be Merab, please?
Can you please just like give me just a little bit of?
I just want a little.
Yeah, just a little mist, a little spritz of the moxie that you give off whenever you're about to fight people, because it's insane.
It's awesome. And I know that his opponents have to feel that, you know? It's like
he's a nightmare matchup. Like I would hate if I was fighting him.
Yeah. I think most people do.
I would.
He doesn't stop.
He's just going and going. Like I feel like that's why they have such a great bromance, him and Aljo, because Aljo probably knows I would hate to fight this motherfucker.
You are my best friend forever.
You're my don't leave me.
I love you. I love you. I'm naming my first child after you. Never.
Never. He's like, yes, brothers. Yes, of course. We're brothers. You're like, no, seriously, never. Never leave me. I'll move a weight class. We really want to fight for the belt, but never fight me. Yeah. But no, I think just you can tell from all the interviews that Aljo's done about Merab that he just has this insane pace and he makes him better. Like it's that total iron sharpens iron kind of relationship. And so that's rare to find in someone. And to see him get this shot finally, I'm excited to see how that's going to go down.
It seems like such a long time coming. I feel like
2 whole weeks. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I get it.
No, the whole thing.
Yes. The whole thing. Agreed. I'm like, it's only 2 weeks away, Jess. Too long. Too long.
Sometimes the thing that I think about is they've given O'Malley ample time with all of his opponents to really like build up to this really challenging matchup. So it'll be interesting how he faces it, because now he has a lot of wins under his belt. He's experienced a lot of different looks and styles of fighters.
Yeah.
And I think that if he had gotten this matchup earlier, it would have been a lot more difficult. So I'm excited to see what that fight's going to look like. I'm pushing for Merab. He's an easy fighter to get behind.
He's so likable.
He's so likable.
He's so likable. I'm pushing for him too, but man, O'Malley has looked
He has looked really good.
He's looked so good. His ability to just snipe, to land with power on a fucking jab, you know, like on a 1-2, and then set up everything else. You know, he doesn't do too much. He's very efficient in the way that he strikes.
Chase him. He makes people overreach.
Yeah.
He makes them put themselves in compromising situations.
Yeah. And his only weakness is his Achilles heel, his leg kicks. And Merab isn't really known for leg kicks.
But he loves grabbing them things.
He likes to grab them. He likes to grab the legs. That could be a big deal too. But you know, when we watched O'Malley fight Piotr Jan, we were really surprised at how good his grappling looked, and it's only gotten better since then. So yeah, man, I'm really excited to see how this went. The one thing that gets me scared is how much damage Merab took when he fought Henry Cejudo, who is not known for his power either. It's like Merab's pressure is able to allow his opponents to land harder because he's coming in so hard and fast.
Force.
Yeah, it's like a head-on collision.
Just
you know.
Say that.
Oh, there you go. thinking about car accidents. 10-car pileup in the octagon. So that's the one thing that worries me is that he's not going to be able to set up that takedown. He's going to eat something on the way in, and it might hurt him to the point where he can't get up and defend himself. And the judges have been pretty quick to stop fights for O'Malley. They're like, you're good.
No, we're good.
We got a lot of merch to sell, so
he still tests very well.
Done. He's done. It's over. It's over. But the Aljo fight is the one I'm referring to.
Yeah.
If you look at that fight, it was really hard for Aljo to get in.
Yes.
It took him a long time. He was being very cautious because of that fact. And then when he finally, bit down and shot, he got met with force, and it put him on his back. So Merab is gonna have to be very wary of that, very cautious, or just say fuck it, flip the table over, and just get in there before O'Malley has a chance to set his feet. Yeah. So. Yeah, I can't wait for that one for sure. What do you think the Sphere is going to look like?
I think it's going to look insane. I think it's going to look very Mexican.
I feel like the coolest way to experience that is to take a ton of mushrooms and
not
go.
Not a ton.
Maybe just a handful.
Just maybe a gram to 2 grams.
Nah.
2 grams would probably be too much for me in that thing. I'm very sensitive to mushrooms. I think I would freak the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I wish I had tickets. I asked, but
I asked too.
Oh, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we get 2 straws in the Sphere.
I was told no.
Oh.
But we can ask again.
I mean, I don't know what I was told yet. It was probably no. They were waiting for the fight, and they're like, "Oh, you got beat. No, fuck you."
I was told that only guest
not in
fighters.
Top 10 anymore.
Yeah, I was told only guest fighters. Nobody's getting tickets. Yeah, unless they are guest fighters part of the thing.
Yeah, put you to work.
Yeah.
You slave. Go sign that merch.
Oh, you out.
Take photos with everyone but Shara Magomedov.
Oh.
Yeah, so that should be fun. We'll see if I get a ticket, but I'm probably not gonna go anyway because I'm still sad.
No, honey. You have so much to look forward to.
Oh, thanks.
You're moving into your new house.
Yeah. We got a lot of fun stuff going on in that house.
We can do a fight viewing party at the new house.
That would be fun and much better seating than the Sphere.
Way better.
Yeah, the Sphere looks like a nightmare.
And I can do more mushrooms there.
Yeah.
And I can go out into your forest.
Yeah.
And be one in nature.
Roll in the bush.
I love rolling on some grass.
Have a good time. I've been Googling natural swimming pools.
Ooh.
I need like that. Adam's so mad at me. Like every time he looks at my phone and he sees that.
Stay out of this, Adam. It's not about you.
He's like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?"
Yes. And you're digging.
Yeah, right.
Go get your shovel.
I'm like, yo, that's conditioning right there. I'll just dig for a year. Eventually, I'll have enough space to start lining it, and then I can create my natural swimming pool. Bam, right in the middle of the fucking yard.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't fucking wait. But I do want to get to these fan questions because we got a bunch on YouTube.
Should we wait or do we want to do it now?
We'll do one now and then we'll do the rest
for our exclusive members.
Yes, for our exclusive. Yeah. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Doom Matos ask how Angela can help Jess prepare for her next fight.
How can you?
Well, I felt like
that for me?
I felt like I did a pretty good impersonation on Friday. The karate stand.
No, that threw me off. I was like, she's not Southpaw.
Yeah. Well, no, I wasn't Southpaw. I was just doing this. I just had my hands down.
Well, it looked Southpaw.
It was just cocky. Cocky karate looking shit. I gotta watch more tape, but I'm pretty sure she does this and throws a bunch of overhands. So basically, like,
no, she throws pretty straight.
Nah, she throws a lot of overhands. I watched her last 2 fights before, and like the overhand was the most fast whippy thing that I saw of hers. So I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna throw a lot of overhands, make them fast, make them like whippy, and yeah.
So if you guys didn't know, so Angela, along with great impersonations of like Donald Trump and like other people, she also does great fight impressions.
Yeah.
Like she's great at mimicking and replicating opponents. She's like, very good.
I'm like a shadow.
But she also like does it to the point where it's almost like satiric at times. So you just kind of have to stand back and laugh, and then she punches you in the face. And you remember what you're doing.
Yeah, when I remember when you were fighting Carolina Kowakowicz.
Oh my God.
And every time we would every time we would spar each other, I'd lean up against the wall with my hands behind my back and try to look cute. Because I'm like, fucking Jess is like fangirling over the girl.
It's disarming. She's adorable.
You think she's so fucking cute.
She
I'm
is
like, that's gonna,
adorable.
I'm like, that's going to throw you off your game.
Yeah.
You're giving her way too much credit.
A little bit.
Way too much credit for being cute. She looks like grandma.
Stop it. Well, you know what?
She's looked like a grandma for 10 years.
Stop it. She may have thrown me off until what she did at weigh-ins. Then I was like, all right, full cunt mode.
Yeah.
She did that to herself. She may have, you know, it may have worked a little bit more to her benefit if she'd been nice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar.
Yes.
It's very true. But I feel like I at least helped you remember how much of a cunt she was by mimicking her fake nice shit all camp.
It's not fake nice.
It's fake nice.
Okay.
It was fake nice that night.
That was.
She was doing it right before she was trying to beat you up.
It was. No, fair point.
Take you down for some reason.
Fair point.
Yeah, so
I let everybody take me down.
She's like, I got you.
I'm like, I can't believe you fell for this. I can't believe you're okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, so the way to answer you doing Matos, I think that's how you say it. The way that I help Jess prepare is by watching a bunch of tape, especially when I'm not fighting myself. I like to watch tape and mimic our opponents. And the beneficial thing for me is that I start to find out like other people's kind of habits that work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really fun kind of mimicking people. Like when I have to mimic a grappler, I really do a lot of like finding out that I'm good at shit. When that happens, I'm like, oh, I had to mimic this person who's good at arm bars, and I'm good at arm bars. Yeah. Like, how did this happen? You know, and it's just because you have your little things that you're used to. You don't realize what you're actually good at because of, I don't know, your leg strength or this or that. So, yeah, it's fun for me, especially to do outside of fight camp where I have to give myself tasks in order to keep developing and keep getting better. Yeah. So, yeah, I help her. She helps me. So I'm going to watch some more tape. If there's anything that Elise Reed does that I should do to Jess, let me know in the comments.
Don't. She makes me laugh too much.
Little clicks. I keep making the Zuckerberg comments. So I think before we spar next time, I'm just go poke.
Oh my God, stop it.
Bloop. Friend request.
Wave.
Denied. Yeah. Wave. All right. Well, we have a lot more questions on our YouTube, guys. So we're going to take a break and come back. And if you're a member, then you can get your question answered right now. And if you're not, you're going to have to wait till Tuesday. Bye.